Oh, you damn fool. You've wandered into a bar fight. It's really playing games. The fall of Plaguestone, which may fall starting with this bar fight. I'm Graham, and I play Thu Grimbachbiter, the Dwarven Druid.
And I'm Sarah. I play Lyra Lazarine, the half-elf ranger. Got that right this time.
And I am Brian. I play Lina Bellis, the half-ling barbarian.
Got it.
And I am not drunk, I swear.
Not drunk enough. I am Ruckus.
Apparently not.
I'm Garrett, and I play Ruckus. The Goblin Bard.
I'm Ross, and I am playing Aviana, the Human Wizard.
Also Ross, and I am playing Ardor, the Human Champion.
And I am Patrick. I am the Game Master. I play all the drunk farmers in this bar right now. So last time, our group of travelers continued their travels and stopped for the evening, maybe 2 evenings, here at Etrin's Folly. About half of you went to investigate this device known as the Plaguestone. Here is kind of what it looks like when it is in use. Instead of just holding the book up for you, I got the actual picture. It's this big like rock with a hole in the middle, a relatively deep hole in the middle, and a little indentation for a bowl. You kind of, after talking, discovered later this was used as a method of dropping off food and then dropping off payment during a plague a couple of decades ago. You all came here into the feed mill, which is basically a tavern. You're going to be staying at the feed mill above the stables, and it is time for dinner, so everybody's sort of gathered. Most of the folks, it looks like, in the village, or at least some notable people. There are a bunch of farmers here. There's some food. You ate your dinner. You listened to another one of Bort's tales. One of you maybe had a little too much ale. I think Lena was drinking ale, or were you drinking wagon grease?
I was not drinking wagon grease.
Okay, yeah. The turnip ale itself is actually pretty strong as far as ale goes. You met a bunch of people who work here, a couple of farmers and other folks. And just after dinner, dessert was served. Trin dropped off your dessert here at this table. And then Conral, who is the other server, bumped into this very intoxicated farmer down here who turned around and decked him. So Conral is on the ground unconscious down here. And it just it all went to shit after that. The farmers are all yelling, they're punching each other, and a couple of these farmers look like they want to maybe punch some of you. So we're going to roll some initiative here and see how this goes. Let's see, the name of this monster is Drunken Farmer.
Are we rolling perception?
Yeah, roll perception for initiative. I don't think anybody else is doing anything that would make
I always do this wrong.
Otherwise.
I still can't find anything on my character sheet.
There we go.
It's because I rolled perception.
The right.
Somebody will get it right.
Initiative.
Yeah, there's a little drop down you can use to change the skill you're rolling. Let's see.
Yep. You're good.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, it did a different. Interesting. I thought it would just roll them in 3 times, so I guess I'll do it this way. And green. hey, the farmers all go together. Great. That defeats the purpose of rolling them all. Rolling them all separately. Okay.
Round
First up,
99.
first to react is Arter.
Awesome.
So, shit's going down. There's some punches being thrown. Is there anything that you would like to do about this?
I would like to step away from my seat.
Okay.
And I'm going to shout at everyone. Everyone calm down!
Okay. Would you like to make an intimidation check with that?
I absolutely would.
A 9. Yeah, so let me check. I don't think that's a critical failure. Let's see. No. So it seems like things have Flonk over here, the bard, he's still playing. So things are getting really loud. You think really probably nobody heard you, except for maybe this farmer here.
Right.
He looks like he wants to punch Lyra for what it's worth.
Alright. I'm gonna punch him first.
Alrighty.
Calm
so
down, punch.
if you don't have an unarmed melee attack, you can just roll a melee attack and don't roll the damage.
I do have an unarmed attack.
A 22 will hit for 6 bludgeoning damage. Okay, so you smack this guy. You just like hit him in the shoulder, and yeah, you landed a blow. So that's 1, 2, 3 actions.
Yep. I sit down.
Lena.
Oh, what do I want to do? I want to punch somebody. Who is closest? Can I duck under the table?
You can. It would be difficult terrain.
So
it'll just
five,
it'll take double
10.
movement, and then double movement to go under, and double movement to go out, probably through board space.
So I can get to there.
Yep.
All right, and I'm gonna try to punch this guy.
Okay. Go for it.
Seems like a thing to do. Bonus to damage 0.
Oof.
A 9. You swing. And you.
I'm a
Realize-
little drunk.
You realize for the first time that you're feeling the turnip ale here. So you miss.
Getting turned
Gotta-
on turnips.
You've got another action if you would like to take it.
I'm gonna try that again because that worked out so well last time. Wait. Where do I do my negative bonus to attack? Yeah.
From the pop-up
In your
list, you can-
In your options, you can set
Oh.
bonus to roll or something along those lines and put it in.
It
Does that include your?
does.
minus-
No, I don't think it matters.
No, a 5 or a 10 will both miss. So you swing at this farmer and you miss. At this point, I'm going to move some NPCs around. So things are starting to get a little chaotic. Tables and chairs are being knocked over. And at this point, actually, all of the squares are difficult terrain.
Oh.
So Delma, let's see. I think Delma is going to go first. What is she gonna do? Yeah, so she's just gonna 5. I think this is probably not difficult terrain for her. She's going to jump up here, and then 10, 20, 30, and then... So Delma moves toward the door. And you see Finnick come through the door up here, and he kind of looks around. He appears to be looking for something, and then he like notices that there's a little bit of stuff happening, and he goes back through the door. Ruckus, you're up.
Okay, first things first. As always, I'm going to get that Inspire Courage up so that we are encouraged.
Alrighty.
Rattle my war rattle.
Yeah. So I want you to make a performance check for me.
Oh, outperform Flonk.
Yeah.
Coming for
'cause
me like
people-
that?
Bard off.
People need to. I mean, he's not counter-songing you, but okay, a 19 is a critical success on that. So you, like, Flonk is playing badly. You're able to just like manage to. Are you singing? Are you doing like? Are you actually doing like puppetry? What are you doing?
I've got my little war rattle out, and I'm dancing and singing epic tales of our conquest of these farmers.
Excellent. So everybody is inspired. Don't forget your +1 bonuses to everything, except maybe damage.
Yep,
What's
and
that?
then I'm
That's-
going.
One action, right?
Yep, that's one action. For my second action, I'll move here, and for my final action, I'm gonna punch the guy in his shin.
Okay.
Unarmed strike.
A 20 will hit, and you do exactly that. You hit him in his shin for a single point of damage. Very good. Thugrin, so you're outside.
I'm outside.
I deleted the wall here because this is a window. You could. There's a door here, down here, that you could go through.
Okay.
You could shatter the window. You could sit outside and watch.
What I would like
What you
to
wanna
do is I would like to turn to Oakenclaw and say, "You know what to do, buddy." And then I'm going to cast Guidance on Oakenclaw.
Okay.
Give him some divine guidance. Then I'm going to command Oakenclaw to run in.
Okay.
So his speed is 35, so he's going to go 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
So
I'm command him
the
to
door.
run in.
So the door is not open.
Oh. Aw.
The door is closed.
Aw. He's...
So this is not like a like turn the latch. I would say Oakenclaw can open the door as an action. He's,
Okay, that's fine.
you know, I mean, he can figure out how to pull open a door with your direction.
Well, how about this? Can I have
with the DM.
Oakenclaw roar through the door at the guy they're all punching in an attempt to demoralize him with a ferocious bear roar?
Yes,
I know-
he can
Come out
make a
through the
demoralize.
window?
Yeah, so he can make a demoralize check, but it'll be
I know it has a. It says it's a -4 circumstance penalty if it's not speaking a language they can't hear you, or doesn't understand the language you're speaking. You're speaking bear, so unless you
yeah,
speak
which is
bear,
already a -4. Yeah, I will say you can just do that with no, through a wall. I'm gonna stack an extra. We'll just say an extra -1 penalty.
Okay.
Because -4 is a pretty steep penalty
Sure.
already.
Well, he will use his guidance bonus then, and just have the -4 because guidance gives him a +1. So here we go. Intimidation. -4.
And
I
this
believe
is,
you.
I assume, against their will DC.
Yeah. 7.
Yeah, a 7. Well, nothing happens on a critical. Well, I assume that's a critical failure. Let me check their will. Well, it's actually not a critical failure. It's still a failure, though. So, Oakenclaw roars, and between
It's too cute.
the din of the fight, two bards barding, and the wall, again, it seems like nobody's paying any attention to your bear.
Alright, I still love him. I'm done.
Lyra.
Alright, well, there's this guy in front of me.
There is.
that I can...
He's already taken a couple of swings at you.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna punch him. Let's see. Let's see if I did that right. I don't think I did that right. I didn't do that right.
Well, and that one's not gonna do it.
Well, that
No
was the
matter what.
damage.
That was the damage.
Oh, that was damage. Okay. So
Didn't roll the
I
attack
have,
yet.
I have to click on the actual name, I think.
Don't forget your +1s.
Yeah. I've
So it's
whoa.
5 damage.
Not +10. Okay, that... Did it work this time?
Yes.
That's yeah,
not
you swing at him. Does that include your +1?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so you swing at him and you just like kind of, you know, right off of his like you almost grab his clothing. So that is not a hit.
What?
And if you want to attack more than once, fists are agile, which means you only take a -4 penalty.
I'll attempt it. So is it -4
Plus
plus
1, so net -3.
Yeah, net -3.
It keeps not deleting the 0. That was-
-30.
or-
Oh.
Does that include your?
I mean, sorry, I did that wrong.
It was a +3.
It's supposed to be -3, so it's 21.
Uh,
I did that wrong.
it's 18, but yes.
Yeah, 18.
So
Sorry,
you
sorry,
you
yeah.
hit for 7 damage. You hit this guy pretty good. He's looking well. He's already drunk and woozy, but he's looking a little more woozy than a. He's still angry though. So
Okay. And I think I'm just gonna stay where I am. I mean, for right now.
okay, you have one more action.
Okay.
Swing, swing. What do you want to do for your third?
I mean, I guess I could.
Try to demoralize him.
Try to demoralize him.
Do you have the intimidate skill?
Yeah, it's not great, but I could try to demoralize him. Just roll intimidate.
Or you can punch him again. It's only a -8 penalty. 7, technically.
Why not? I'm drunk, so I'll just try and attack him again. I'm just. So it's -7.
Yep.
Let's see. I think I did that right. I did -7.
Yeah, you did. A 26 is a critical hit.
Wow.
So you deck
Wait,
this
how does
guy.
she get a 26 with a -7?
It's a 19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she rolled a 19. Yeah.
I did a minus. Yeah. Because I did my minus.
Yeah, because it's well, how is that?
No,
a
I don't
26?
know.
It's-
you have a-
Normally that would mean she could get
Plus
32s on her attack rolls.
You have 2 +7 modifiers somehow.
Why? I did -7.
You did. There is a -7 in there, but there's
There's-
all there's 2
There's
+7s.
2 +7s.
Why? I don't know. Where?
Well, a 19 is still a hit for 6 bludgeoning damage.
I don't know what's up with my character.
Let me.
I got Lyra's character sheet. I'll look at it.
You got it. Okay. So you still hit him and you still knock him unconscious.
Haha.
Let's see. These faces are a little difficult. They're in alphabetical order. There we go. The guy with the. So good thing about punching is it's non-lethal. You knock him unconscious.
Hey.
That is your turn. And it's going to be the farmer swarm.
Farmer Swarm.
Let's see. So it's blues up first.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
What's their move speed is 25. So 10, 20. And this farmer is going to take a swing at... Actually, you know what? There's a nice juicy chair here. He's gonna, so first action move, second action pick up a chair, third action, he's gonna smack Ruckus with the chair. 17 against your AC,
Oh,
Ruckus.
that hits me.
So that's 4 bludgeoning damage as you are smacked in the face with a chair.
Ow.
That is all of his actions. This blue guy here is just gonna attack Ulf.
Oh,
This one's gonna move
Is it Ulf or Ulf?
Ulf, OLF. This one down here is gonna move and attack Ulf. This guy here, next to Trin, actually picks up a mug. He's gonna he's gonna hit Trin with it. So he I mean, he's right next to her, but he just throws his mug at Trin, and it hits her in the face. And you can see she's actually bleeding. I mean, this is
God.
not a sharp mug, but it managed to cut
What's
her.
wrong with these people?
Well, they're really drunk. That's probably what's wrong with them. Maybe. Next is going to be greens. So this green guy takes a look at the guy next to him and decides, actually, he doesn't like this big swarm of people up here.
Maybe
30.
it's that like Monsanto has moved in recently, and all the farmers are like unhappy with the prices and things.
Yeah. So like he can't move there.
I
but-
thought you were gonna say like they were under control of the genetically engineered corn.
Move this guy to front, and he's gonna stand here on the astride the passed out body of this guy, and he's gonna try and punch Lyra. Maybe the person that Lyra knocked out was his friend. I don't know. Perhaps.
Maybe it's his twin brother.
Does a 14 hit you, Lyra?
No.
All right, so he goes to punch you, and it just like, it just goes a little bit over your shoulder. Maybe he's not very good at this punching thing. This farmer is going to move here and try and pick a fight with the one in red,
Jeez.
and that's,
Madness.
let's see. He's going to go there, swing at this guy. I think that's all the greens. Yep. And last is red. So red is going to take a couple of swings at Lena.
Lena, no.
Let's get
Wait,
everybody in on the
ignore
fight.
the guy who came over to fight him? That seems kind of
Yep.
mean.
Yep.
He's like, no, I'm not fighting you. I'm fighting this person
Yep,
instead.
exactly. They don't. So an 11, I assume, will not hit you.
Even with all
And
my
then
penalties,
a-
11 is not going to hit.
Even flat-footed. How about a 15? Does that hit you when you're flat-footed?
Yes, the 15 will hit me.
Alrighty, oh, that didn't do damage.
Haha!
0 damage.
5 bludgeoning damage. He punches you in your very small face. Next, so before Aviana, is going to be some more NPCs.
Jeez.
So Trin is going to step here. Actually, no, she doesn't want to step. She's going to go 20, 30. She's going to jump up 5. And then she's going to go and she's going to open this door. And you can see like Finnick is sort of like Finnick is standing just inside of the door, kind of looking around, not sure what to do. Who else? Farmer here is just like gloating over Colnrawl. Flonk is gonna continue playing badly. Bort is gonna step over here. Actually, he's gonna go down this way and say, hey, everybody, calm down, calm down, calm down. But it seems like nobody's paying him much attention, and he turns around and he almost gets hit by a chair. So somebody has thrown a chair at him, but kind of luckily, chairs as thrown improvised weapons don't work very well. He ducks, and this chair goes over his head and clatters on the ground up here. And then this guy up here at the bar kind of looks around really slowly, stands up, kind of tottering, and begins to 20, 40. So he can go 20. He can go 1, 2, 3. Because he is very slow. He is very intoxicated. Aviana, it is your turn.
Just keep reading your book.
What is like the floor and the walls made out of?
So wood is well, actually, the walls
What is
are.
the floor made out of?
Actually, no. I think everything here is wood. This is one of the only wooden structures in town. It does have a thatched roof, but the walls are actually wood.
Hey now.
Times I wish I had telekinetic projectile. How high up is the ceiling?
Call it 10 feet.
That's about right. Burn it to the ground. Burn everything. And lock the doors. Kill everybody in the building.
Hey, wait a minute. You guys have prisoners outside.
I will note you cannot non-lethal with a spell in this game.
I know. I do know that.
Important distinction.
Oh.
Challenge for the spellcasters for sure.
Yeah, that's why I didn't use telekinetic projectile. I was like, I'm gonna start throwing bar stools. And I was like, I don't want to start. A goblin in this town does not need to be killing farmers. It's not gonna end well.
Oh gosh, I think. We can do it.
Uh-oh.
So Aviana's just gonna once again stand up. I don't know. Maybe she's still sitting down. I don't know. She's just gonna mumble to herself like, ugh. How base. She's gonna produce flame and she's gonna throw it at this table.
Okay.
And do I need to roll it?
Let me look at the spell here. Can you drop the spell into the chat,
Yeah.
actually?
Oh god.
Target is a creature. Yeah. Yeah. Make an 18. Okay. So you throw some fire at this table. It has food on it. Let's see. 6 fire damage is pretty good. I did not expect to need to know. Object statistics for the bar fight.
I mean, when you had non-lethal damage pulled up, I told you that wasn't going to be necessary.
Armor statistics, shield statistics.
What is the hardness of a table?
Yeah, I have never looked at those rules at all. So let's say that you scorch the table, and you catch some of the food on fire.
I mean,
so
there's potentially alcohol on the table, right?
yeah, so like most people are drinking ale, and ale is not flammable.
Wood.
So
Wood has a hardness of 5, 20 hit points, a broken threshold of 10.
I take that back. I have had to look that up before. And does hardness apply?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you damage the table, you scorch the table, and you catch some of the food on fire.
Gonna yell out.
So first question is, did you stand up?
No.
Okay.
I'm still sitting down with my book in front of me on the table. Silence, and next time I won't miss.
You can make an intimidation check, and I will give you a +1 bonus. In this particular circumstance, you're not always going to get a +1 bonus for producing flame, but a 26.
Matchy.
So, you do that, and
Girls on fire, feeling hot.
I think. So, what does it do on a critical success? Demoralize.
Frightened 2.
Frightened 2. So I'm going to say that the closest farmer to you is going to be this guy. And he
Probably
is frightened.
this guy, like, standing next to the table.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. So he is frightened of you. You have scared the shit out of this guy. And that is your turn. That's 3 actions. Round 2, Arter.
I'm going to... I can pretty much just move here with 1 action. I'm going to move to here. I'm going to punch this dude.
Okay. He is flat-footed on account of being flanked. A 24 is a critical hit. So, 14 damage. You...
Actually, 16, because of inspiration.
Okay. So you, several people have gotten decked. This guy's now unconscious. You just clean knock him out. So now there were 2 unconscious people on the ground in front of Lyra.
And I'll continue moving, saying, and I mean it!
Alrighty. Quite productive. Lena.
So, does this guy who's frightened, but not frightened of me, does it look like he's no longer going to start fighting?
He looks like he's scared. It could go either way. Like, I mean, he normally does not get yelled at like this, and his feelings are probably hurt. What's your perception bonus?
+7. I don't have any minuses to that right now.
Yeah,
that I know of.
he looks like he maybe doesn't have a lot of stomach for more fighting.
Okay.
He looks like he wants to run away.
I will let him run away then. So the table's on fire, or is just some of the food on fire?
So the food is on fire. The remains of the food. There are some, there's a piece of cake that is currently burning. There's a piece of wild game that's kind of really charred. Can I get on the table without setting myself on fire? Yes, because this is not like an ongoing fire. You can. Yeah.
Is there a roll or anything I have to do?
Make an acrobatics check. It would be like, So make an athletics check first. What's your just to jump? It's like a DC 5 athletics check to jump up. 23. Okay, you jump successfully, and then make an acrobatics check to stay on top of it. given that you are a little intoxicated. A 12 is good enough. You are successfully on the table.
Okay. I'm gonna
Now it's a
I'm
party.
gonna try to punch Mr. Blue.
Okay, go for it.
Apparently, we're now playing Reservoir Dogs.
Play
You
some more
could-
dog
you could-
mystery game.
You could kick, although you're short, so maybe your fist is right at. You're not that short, I don't think, but you could also kick. It's the same. Ooh, not one. So you thought you had your balance, and you go to let's say you go to kick him, and instead you kick off. There is some ale in your way, and you knock it on the floor. Completely disrupts your.
I meant to do that. I'm gonna try again. So this is a -3, and still a +1.
A 25 will critically hit for 8 bludgeoning damage. So this time, are you going to punch him or are you going to kick him?
I was gonna punch him.
Punch him.
I kind of
Smack.
figured that if I was on the table, we would be about the same.
Yeah.
So I could punch him in the face.
Yeah, smack. You hit him. And you are a barbarian. It feels good to hit him.
Yeah, this is my kind of fight. This is
exactly.
my kind of party.
Next is going to be some NPCs. So Delma is going to open the doors. She pushes the doors open, and she is going to exit.
The bear there.
Yeah, she doesn't pay any attention. Whoops, didn't mean to drag. Did not mean to do that. Take me back. She is going to leave. Let's see, and then Finnick is going to. You can't see him, and Trin is also going to follow. Ruckus.
Okay, well, I'm going to continue inspiring that inspirational singing. I have to do another perception or another performance?
No, you have
No?
established your musical
Bardic
dominance.
dominance.
Musical dominance. Is the bard in the corner, is he like sitting on a stool or a chair?
Yeah, he is sitting on a stool and he is playing a lute.
Would it be, would
A
you
shitty
let me,
lute.
telekinetic projectile a chair at his stool? To damage the
Sure.
stool that he's sitting on?
Sure.
Yeah, but
sure.
again, remember that the wooden chair has like a hardness of 5 or something like that.
Are you? Yeah, I mean, yeah, go for it.
I want to target his chair with a telekinetic projectile. Does it actually roll for me? Kinda does.
Yeah, it does. So a 12 is going to be good enough. You hit his chair and you don't break the chair, but he falls down. I don't know if that was your goal, but that's what happened.
That was my goal. I'm trying to. Don't you be barding while I'm barding. I've been waiting all night to put an end to that
Bard
racket.
fight! Bard fight!
So that is 2 actions.
Actually, that's all my actions because it takes 2 actions to cast that spell.
Ah, right. 1,
So
2,
that-
3. Yep.
I'm done. But don't forget your
Fire courage
+1s,
1.
people.
Thank you.
And Thugrin. Thugrin and Oakenclaw.
Alright, Thugrin is going to shout at Oakenclaw to smash down the door. Just to like,
Okay.
like full paws against it to try to just like push it open.
Okay. 1 action, he can just push the door in.
Okay.
We'll say it's a swinging door. Why not?
Sure. I'll have Oakenclaw push the door open is an action, and then Oakenclaw's second action will be to run in. Can he cut the corner here by Ardor? Or go through Ardor's
Yes,
space?
he can. Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna have him go into there. Now there's a bear in the bar fight.
All right.
And that was my command in animal. So then I'm gonna have Thugrin move his full speed, 15 feet, and then I'm gonna have Thugrin shout through, "You've angered the bear. It's high time you reconsider your course of action. And like if I could see probably, I don't know, this one through the door, I'd like to try and intimidate him with my angry dwarven words.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, so here's my intimidation. Wait. 14.
A 14 is a success. So
Alright.
he is going to
Frightened
be
one.
frightened one.
And that'll be my turn.
Lots of E's and F's. There we go. He is now frightened one. Alrighty, next is going to be more NPCs.
Jeez.
Who do I have? So Flonk. Flonk is gonna like, what? He like gently, he's still on the ground. He's actually prone. He like gently puts down his loot. He stands up, and he is going to make a perception check.
Oh dear.
See if he can figure out who did that.
Small and
Figure
under
out
a table.
if there's a bar fight going on.
So he looks around, and it does, he doesn't zoom in on anybody. That's gonna be Flonk's turn. This guy over here, I don't think you ever got his name. He's gonna move 10, 20, and then 5, or 10, 20, 30. Everybody else is fighting, except Bort, who is going to move. Actually, no, he's going to move there. 10, 15, 20. He's going to move there, and then he's going to take cover. Thugrin.
I already went.
Oh yeah, Lyra.
So difficult terrain is like 10 feet per square. Is that what?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
I'll be back in just a second.
I'm gonna double move. Yeah, I can never. Okay.
It's so good that you could double move and then also still do stuff.
It's
Yep.
miracle.
I know.
Miraculous
Yep.
3-action system.
Yep.
10, 20, 30, 40. I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
And then my computer is gonna be weird. And then I'm going to attack.
Alrighty.
Throw down.
The green.
Throw
dude.
hands.
Okay, let's see if I do this right this time.
It's...
There's a +1 because of the thing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's probably
A
not
13 will hit
Ah.
for 4 damage. You punch him.
Wonder why you're... Okay, I think I know what's going on with your thing.
You land a punch, and that is all 3 actions. It's the farmers. Yay, farmers. First is going to be... Well, this frightened individual... I think a frightened is just a -1 to everything. It's the opposite of inspired, if I remember right.
Frightened, yes, it's checks
Yeah,
and DCs.
all checks and DCs. So, he is going to punch... He's going to punch Lena. Yeah, he's going to punch Lena. He doesn't like that Lena punched him. He's going to punch her back.
Oh, the blue one.
Yep.
Okay.
That guy. 13. Does that
Does
hit?
not hit.
Does not hit. Even flat-footed.
Even flat-footed.
You got armor. Well, he's going to try again. Why not try again? Well, that's a 0.
That also does not hit.
So
Is
he
that a
just
critical failure?
swings and like practically pirouettes. And man, he's gonna he can't step. So he's gonna move. He's gonna move this way. He's gonna move over to the bar.
Ooh, I want to use my reaction.
What's
Oh,
your
wait, no.
reaction?
Crap, I didn't take that feat. Never mind.
Alrighty. Other blues. Let's see. We have. These people are mostly occupied down here. Yeah. So I think this guy is gonna knock this one out. That's the blues. The greens. This guy in green here.
I mean, originally he was trying to fight the blue guy. And then the blue
Yeah,
guy
but
left.
things have changed. You all are these folks are drunk. They don't necessarily make sense. Let's see. Who's he gonna? So he's gonna move here, grab a mug, and throw it at. Let's just let the dice decide.
Surely everyone does the logical thing and tries to melee a bear, right? That seems like
Yeah.
drunk.
So
Punch a
4.
bear.
3. Okay, so 3 is going to be Arter. He's going to throw a mug at Arter. He did not roll for the bear. Even drunk people think even a small bear feel like they don't want to throw a mug at a bear. 13, Arter?
Negative.
Alrighty, so the mug misses. You do, however, get some turnip ale on you. Like you're a little... the front of your whatever you're wearing, like a doublet or something. It's definitely got ale on it. Let's see, other greens. That guy's knocked out. Aha! This farmer has been challenged by Lyra. He's going to accept the challenge. Why am I saying that all of these farmers are male? They are definitely like half. Not.
Pictures
not
don't help.
dudes. Yeah. 12, does that hit you, Lyra?
Well, is it AC or shield?
It's AC.
No.
You don't have your shield raised.
Mine's 18.
Oh, okay, so no. He will swing again. A 13 will also miss.
Drunken farmer doesn't do anything.
Sure, why not? Swing a third time. Another 13. He swing, and misses you. And that's gonna be all the green guys. Finally, red. So this guy up here is just gonna move 10, 20, 30. I swear that measuring thing is not working the way it used to. 10, 20. Oh no. Sorry, I miscalculated the door. And then he is gonna... Oh. He's gonna try and get past... This is gonna go poorly. He's gonna try and tumble through Arter. Yeah, that's a 10. That's a failure. So then he's gonna try again. Arter, what is your tumble? I think is
Tumble through.
Reflex DC.
Reflex DC? My reflex DC is 14.
Okay, so he got a 20. So he manages to just somehow, despite being terrified, I guess that's an 18. Despite being terrified and also drunk, he manages to get to the door. Let's see. This farmer is going to move here and take a couple of swings at Lyra, who has left herself vulnerable.
Jeez. Jerks.
11 and
Me to punch later.
10.
I don't know if she's been hit yet, though, despite having everybody attacking her.
I haven't.
Everybody wants to punch her, including this farmer. Apparently punching Lyra is the thing to do.
So
Well,
okay.
apparently failing to punch Lyra is the thing to do.
Yup,
A
it's
22
Oh.
That will.
Uh-oh.
is finally going to hit you
Yep.
Oof.
for 7 bludgeoning
Heavy
damage.
bludgeoning.
I would like to reduce that damage.
Okay. Is this
Wraith is
liberating
Lyra.
step? No, that's for
Retributive
liberator.
strike.
Alrighty, and you are not in position to hit him because
No.
you don't have a ranged weapon out, but you you reduce the damage. How much does it reduce by?
3.
Okay.
Take your 3 hit points back, Lyra.
Alright.
And he's gonna try it again. One more fist. 17.
I have an 18.
Alrighty, he misses. Other reds. This guy down here is gonna pick up a mug and he's going to throw it at Lena. 17, Lena, flat-footed.
That will hit. Damn.
You are hit by a mug for 5
Ow.
bludgeoning damage. That's 2 actions. And he's just gonna kind of... He's gonna take cover. Wonder if there's a C for cover. No. Let's call that... They're like a shield. There we go. He has cover. And then finally, are there any NPCs that haven't gone yet? Don't think so. Alrighty. Also, Ulf and Ulf are taking part in the punching. Aviana, it's your turn.
How are they doing?
They seem to be holding their own. Yeah. They might have been
What
hit a
is-
couple of times, but they're not down or anything.
What's Flonk doing?
Flonk is like looking around.
Okay. What is this? Just a window right here?
Yes.
Okay. So she's just gonna get up. She's gonna collect her belongings. And it's difficult terrain, right?
Yes.
So she's gonna at least double move. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
So it would be an action to collect your belongings,
Okay, so that's and then
which
2.
is I think mostly just your book, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And she's
'Cause
gonna start heading towards the door. She doesn't want to be in a bar fight.
Yeah.
Like
Normally it is 1 action per item, but I'll let you grab all your stuff. So you head toward the door. There are lots of people. There's a clump at the door. Arter, what would you like to do?
I'm going to move up to here, and I'm going to take a chair. I'm going to swing it at this.
Jeez.
Alrighty, go for it. Alright, is this so by default this is gonna be lethal. Are you gonna take the -2 penalty?
I will take the -2 penalty.
Okay, it's also improvised.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'll
which
just
is
punch him.
Okay. Although, let's see, improvised weapons. It's a -2 penalty to attack with an improvised weapon.
Right. So I would end up taking a -4. I'll just punch.
I'll just punch.
For all the good it did me.
Yeah, that's a natural 1. You swing and you miss. You're used to hitting things with swords, probably.
Definitely. And I will attack him again.
All right.
Wow.
Another one.
Aww.
It was not meant to be. You swing and you completely miss him. You swing and I mean, this chair is kind of in the way too, or this this table, and you just nope. Lena.
First, I'm going to get off the table.
Okay, that's one action.
One action. Can I end up here?
Yes.
Cool. And then I'm going to sudden charge. So I
Alrighty.
can try twice, so that would give me 50 feet of movement, so 25 feet of movement.
Okay.
So get to here. And then I'm going to punch that guy.
All right, very good.
+1. +1.
And 18 will hit for 4 damage. You punch this guy because he hit you in the face with a mug.
That should be 5 points of damage. Because I don't have a penalty.
Yeah, it should do the same.
Yeah,
it should be your
doing
strength
the
bonus.
bonuses right. I've noticed that on.
It's not doing them at all. It's just ignoring it.
Is it doing your dex bonus because it's agile?
No, it's got the modifier, but then there's like another +1. It's not giving our wonderful bards inspire courage. The extra 1 on top of that is not.
Oh, the extra 1 that you.
Yeah,
Does
it's doing
Inspire
1d4
Courage-
plus 3 plus 1. So it should be 1d4 plus 4. So it should be minimum 5.
Does Inspire Courage add damage?
It
It
does.
does.
That's
Okay.
+1 to attack rolls and +1 to damage rolls.
Okay. Alrighty, so 5 damage.
Yes.
+1 to something else, right?
Saves against frightening.
Yeah, it's just ignoring the inspired courage pluses, which is weird.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
We will have to manually add that instead of
I'm
because
gonna
it's are you
uncheck it, so stop
you're
asking
doing
me.
the pop up for damage as well.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, we'll have to remember it.
Because you're
That is
not
your
rattling
turn,
hard enough.
Ruckus.
Maybe the plus. Maybe
Okay.
like I should just put in the number and leave out the plus.
I'm just continuing this so that.
Oh yeah.
so
Don't
that
put
you
in a
remember.
plus. Only put in the number. So
Okay.
if you put in a plus, a double plus, it'll kill it.
That's what it's doing.
If
Double
it's if it's
pluses kill it.
if it's positive, just put in the number. If it's negative, it'll parse that.
Okay,
Why?
where-
I don't know.
Maths.
Okay. And then.
Inspire
wanna swap
courage.
Yeah.
Are we re-inspired?
Hmm.
Oh, you do that every round.
How much move would it be to get on top of this table here?
So it would be an action to move up to it, and then an action to jump up. And you would have to make an athletics check to jump up.
Okay.
And given your height, well, it's still about a DC 5.
What about going underneath it?
For
Little
somebody
above
of
it.
your height, I think you could go underneath it, no problem.
Okay, because then I want to go under the table,
Benefits
And-
of being short.
punch this guy, also in
Okay.
the shin.
Okay. With a table, I think I'm gonna give him. A little bit of screening. You'll hit anyway for 2 damage. What do you hit him
3. I'm inspired. And I'll punch him. I don't know. I'll punch him in the kneecap
with?
for
Okay.
3 damage.
You punch him. Punchy goblin.
Yeah.
Thugrin.
Alright. So there's a guy trying to escape out the door here.
Yes.
Okay. Thugrin would like to trip him. Stick his leg out and cause him to trip over it. And try to
Okay.
trip as an action with athletics. I don't know if he's still frightened too, or if the frightened went down after his turn.
It does go down
I think
after
he's
his
frightened
turn.
one.
Yeah.
So this is just against his reflex DC, but with a -1 with the frightened penalty.
Yeah.
So athletics 9.
A 9. I think they have a reflex of at least 1. Yeah, they do. That is a failure.
Okay. So I do that, and I guess he steps over. Grumble to myself. Then I will command Oakenclaw to shoot. You know what? I'll command Oakenclaw to go defend Bort. Go to my dwarven cousin. So I'll have him go. So it's difficult terrain everywhere. 10, 20, and double move. 30, 40, 50. Yeah.
Alrighty.
You can get there. So it was action to trip, action to command animal. I got another one.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push this guy. He jumped over my trip, so now I'm just gonna like push him.
Okay,
it
so
does have
shove.
attack. Yeah, it does have
It
attack.
does, it
so
does
it's
take a
still-
-5 because it's an attack.
Yeah, but I'll try another athletics check then with a
We get
-5.
Sport DC, yeah. A
That
16
was natural
is
20.
a success, and a
Does it-
critical
Yeah,
success.
does it go up
so
to total
you
natural 20? Oh, sweet.
so you push him up to 10 feet away. Unfortunately, well, I guess Ruckus is, because there's a table directly away from you, which maybe you can't see from where you are. I guess it doesn't have to be directly in the line. So he can go here or he can go here, and then you get to stride after it.
Yes, I would like to do that to reach.
Okay, so all 10 feet.
Yes. Just
All
kind of
right.
like. And come into
You just
there.
sort of bull rush him
Well-
backward.
So we're not letting the people leave. We're gonna continue to beat them up until they die. What's going on here?
Thurkut just wants
Where you
in.
going?
He's blocking the way. He's blocking the doorway. Just pushing him in so he can get inside. That's my turn.
All right. Next. So, is there anybody that needs to act? Bort is gonna duck and take cover.
Behind Oakenclaw.
Ulf and Ulf. So, Ulf knocks out this farmer. Whoops.
Ulf knocks at himself. Oh no.
But Ulf is less successful in his fighting.
Oh no.
Lyra, it's your turn.
Alright, well, time to smack down on these people. Who was the guy that damaged me? I can't remember.
I
if you
think
can't
it was the
remember.
one to the south of you.
Alright, well, I'm gonna hit him. Whoever he was, I'm gonna hit him back. And we saw that +1, right? I think?
Yes.
Okay. That's a 14.
Will hit.
Okay. And then it's a -4 and a -8 for the other two?
Yes.
Okay.
Which would make it a -3 and a -7
Yeah.
with your bonus.
Okay, let me... Woo, not a minus... Let's see. Let's see if it does it right this time. Did it? Don't...
Yeah, that's. I mean, 13. What is your +7 is in there twice. I don't know why.
No, it's just ignoring anything that you put in the pop-up window.
That's really weird.
Yeah, well, there's my other two, but it's ignoring that.
So it should be 17, which is a hit, and 20, 21. Okay. Well, that's good enough to knock this guy out.
That's what he gets.
I have never seen it just like not
Yeah, that's weird.
paying any attention. Alrighty. Well, you knock him out. With your second swing, you hit him. Yeah, you hit him 3 times. Smack, 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 and he goes down.
Okay. And that's all I can do.
You have successfully avenged yourself.
For my 5 HP that I lost.
Alrighty, farmers. Farmer time. So this guy is
Farmer time.
frightened. So he's gonna grab a mug and he is going to throw it at Ruckus. He's gonna throw it at Ruckus. Ruckus is loud, and loud means annoying.
Yeah, but he knocked out the more annoying Loud. Bard.
I clicked the button. There we go. A 13. Does that hit you, Ruckus?
Does not, even with my exhaustion.
Yeah, and you also have some cover because you're under a table. So he hits the table and he's gonna pick up another mug. Other blue persons. This guy is gonna come out looking for a fight. He's gonna punch Lena. Punch her right in her face.
Oh no. I do not like that. Oof.
So he with a
Oh my
for
God.
a crit, so he hits you for 8 bludgeoning damage.
I'm still
Boom.
up.
And then he's gonna swing again.
Jeez.
That one will
For
not hit.
3. So my penalties are going through. Yeah, that's weird.
Not penalty.
Alrighty, I think is that all the blue? You have mostly, most of the blue guys are knocked out. This guy is gonna take a swing at Ulf, but he misses. This guy down here. Next is which color? Greens. Okay, we have another green. This one's gonna, well, he's gonna move. It's not a step. He's gonna take a couple swings at Arter. He also gets a natural 20 for 14 bludgeoning damage, Arter.
Yikes.
He really does hit you in the face. And it hurts. And he's gonna swing again
Uh-oh.
for an 11, which will miss.
Yes, it will.
Greens. Yeah, all the other green people are, well, there's this guy. Oh, there's the guy that Ruckus kicked. Or that Ruckus punched. He's gonna try and kick Ruckus. Ruckus, you're gonna get let me look at cover real quick. I think it's gonna be a 2, but it might be a 1. I think since he's right there, especially light. Nah, I'll give you standard cover. That's a +2. She'll have a +2 to your AC against attacks from this guy, Ruckus. First
Good.
attack is an 11, which I assume
that'll
will
miss.
And then second attack is a 6. And third attack is a -2. So he's trying to get you. He's trying to kick you.
Just dancing around his foot.
Under this table. Yeah, it's not working. And then the red people. So this guy is just gonna go around Thugrin and leave. Whoops.
All right. Fine. I suppose.
And he just goes out of the door and exits. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, I can't put him on the GM screen because he's on the initiative tracker, or on the GM layer because he's the initiative tracker. What other red folks? This one is going to take a swing at Lyra because she is mean. A 21
Yep.
will, I assume, hit you for 5 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and then a 4
Mm-mm.
and an 8.
Mm-mm.
So he hits you once. And this guy down here doesn't like Arter. Is it Arter?
Uh-oh.
No, Lena. Sorry. Lena's the one he hit and then who charged him. So he's going to punch Lena.
That's true.
21.
That will hit, and I will go down.
Lena, you are unconscious.
No.
So that's one attack. He knocks Lena out, and then he's going to move here for his second action, and third action he's going to try and take down Arter if he can. Natural 1, a 4. So he's definitely going to miss you with that one. Any other reds? This guy's going to kind of stumble forward. And that is going to be it. Aviana. The door is open. It was kindly opened for you by a bear.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to... Would I notice Lena getting knocked unconscious?
I think you probably do, yeah.
Does that move Lena's initiative to right before?
Oh yeah, it would.
I don't think so. She's not dying. So I don't think it moves her initiative.
Okay.
I think that's specifically a dying thing.
Oh, well, I guess that's
And
good.
does the person that just knocked out Lena, do they look like they're gonna keep like attacking her, or do they look like they're...
No, he has already moved and tried to punch Arter.
I don't feel like Aviana's just gonna punch people in a bar fight. She's either gonna
She
leave,
does
or
not
she
have to.
might just set people on fire.
Is your character evil?
No.
Not yet.
I guess she is going to she's gonna try to actually probably, let's say, make her way around to Lena and try to make her way that direction. So she's gonna go, and how much is it to get on the table?
It's an action. So you need to be
Cross over the
adjacent to it, and
table.
you can take an action.
Okay, she's gonna try to cross over the table, I guess, and then it's another action to get off the table.
Yep.
And you can't move after that then, because that would be 3 actions.
Yep.
Okay. So she's gonna get to there, and that's gonna be her turn.
And make an athletics check for me to make sure you get up on the table successfully. It's not a difficult one. Maybe don't roll a 1. An 11. You do it. You jump up. You jump down. All right. Round 4. Arter.
Round 4. Fight.
Arter gets punched in the mouth. He lifts his hand, sees that his lip is busted, and he casts lay on hands on himself.
Alrighty.
And then he's gonna punch the guy that punched him.
All right. A 17 will hit. 9, does that include? Yeah, it
That
does include
does.
your +1. Yeah. All right. So you hit him pretty satisfyingly.
Wump.
If you're into that.
Yeah,
If you're into
and
hurting other people who hurt you. Turnabout. So you swing a second time, and you hit him right in the cheek. You can see some blood go flying as he is knocked unconscious. At that point, everything seems to, like, enough people. The crowd seems to have been thinned out by now unconscious farmers, and people seem to sort of start coming to their senses, and the fighting generally stops. And just a moment later, just a few seconds later, in through the door come
Uh-oh. But I know it's gonna be.
we have double doors. Token layer. Delma and a man. By the way, if you need reminders of who each of these people are, feel free to ask. Delma is the proprietor.
Yes.
Where's Zelda?
So she down here.
You left.
Oh, okay, I
Juliana.
can't see.
Yeah. So this is Delma. She's the proprietor, and she has arrived with this man.
Rolf.
He has
So
a turnip
He's
Boy
gonna
Scout
turn
badge.
up. This guy's
he
turnip
does
tie.
indeed have a badge that looks like a turnip. Sharp eyes. I would say Lena notices it, but she's unconscious. So they walk in, and he looks around and says, okay, everybody, just calm down, just calm down. Now, who and what started this? He looks around.
I don't want to say anything, but Thugrin does want to come a bit closer, chant some druidic words, and cast Heal with 2 actions on Lena.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it with the 2 actions, so it restores 15 hit points instead of 7.
Thank you.
Lena, you wake up.
Do I have to make a saving throw?
Yeah. Basic fortitude
If you want
save
to.
to reduce the healing, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm only like, I'm not even quite bloodied yet compared with how many times they tried to hit me.
Hey, you're tough.
Delma turns to him and says, "It was Elam," and she points at this guy. Elam, for his part, is clearly drunk and said, "He knocked over my beer," and you can see that the whole front of his shirt is wet. It's not wet with blood. It's just there's ale all over his shirt. What was I supposed to do? And the man walks up to him, says, "Elam, you know better than this. Come on, all of you." And he starts to he walks over and he gathers up the farmers. And Delma starts tending to all of the now unconscious farmers and waking them up. And
All the ones that are piled around Lyra.
yep, just doing medicine checks, waking them up.
Some hospitality from you city folk. Ugh. I'm gonna just hang out here by my bear.
The evening was going so well, too.
I was just enjoying my beers.
Yeah, and then we got to have a fight. It was great. Does this happen every night? Like, can we come back tomorrow?
Delma says,
The best bar I've ever been to.
"This is exceedingly rare. I'm truly sorry. There's this people get drunk all the time, but this just doesn't happen that much. But farmers drunken, it usually it's only 1 or 2 people. Our town is really quite lovely." So and I should introduce you, I suppose. This is Rolf Garley. He is the sheriff? Is that his title? 1 second. He's the lawman, but I have to check his actual title here. He's my cousin, and you should You should, do what he says. But you didn't start it, and he's just gonna, well, and he sort of rounds up all the people, all of the farmers, into a corner, and he gives them a stern talking to.
Corral them over there.
And you can kind of hear him. I guess Colnral wakes up too. Delma spends a little bit of extra time tending to Colnral, given that he is her employee. You can see her talking to him. He's kind of agitated about the whole situation. And you can hear Rolth just like telling them off. How you hear just occasionally, irresponsible. Shame on our town. Bort comes out from behind the bar and says, well, that was exciting. Maybe I think I have another tale coming on. I can't tell it on this trip, but I guarantee you my next group, they'll love it. Now, why don't we get back to our dinner? I believe we still have plenty of dessert. Turnip porridge. It's quite tasty.
Is it better than it looks?
Says it looks bland, but it's my favorite dessert. Truly, my favorite dessert, and I travel everywhere.
Thugrin's gonna take a bowl of porridge and then walk back outside with Oakenclaw. Too dangerous in here. Call me when we're going to sleep. I'll need to find a place that feels secure after all this debauchery. And I go out with my porridge.
Carter will poke his head around the corner and say, no one broke anything, did they?
No, got a couple hits, but all good otherwise.
Just my pride.
I was actually talking to
Reminds
the
me of
farmers,
home.
but I'm glad.
Delma
I
says,
mean, two of them broke a mug on my
I
face.
probably broke something and went on the farmers.
Delma says, nobody seems to have taken any more wounds than will heal in a week or two. More pride, I would say.
Good bunch of assholes.
She sort of laughs. Ulf and Ulf go back to their dicing.
And I want another drink. After all that.
Delma says to Colneral, you take it easy. I'll Where's Trin? Well, I guess what would you like?
A strong one.
Very good. She heads back through the door to go get you a drink. Bort says, well, and he sort of puts his hands around this bowl. It's a wooden bowl. It's large. It seems that the dessert was served before the fight. It just kind of started just as the food had arrived. It's still steaming, actually. It's only been a couple of minutes. It's still nice and warm. He's got this big, it looks like it's probably maybe dwarven make bowl. He says, oh, my favorite. Now, have I told you all about the time that I visited Lake in Carthen?
No, I don't believe you have.
Tell us the story.
Shut up with your dumb stories.
And he starts to tell you the same story of when he was on Lake Incarthen, and his boat sank, and he went to visit Pharasma, and he gave her a, what was it? Was it a jewel?
It was a
Earring.
silver comb.
It was a comb. That was right.
He tells
he
the
gave
same
her-
story.
He gave her a silver comb for her beauty. So he's repeating a story.
Maybe this
will try
time
to-
it's like a jade comb or something like that.
Slightly different.
It's
detail.
still
Try to
it's
add
still a
new bits to the story. Be like, no, but what about? Didn't you do this? Trying to make the story more epic.
it's it's pretty he tells it pretty much the same. And then he says he takes some of his food and eats it. And then he says, "Oh, well, have I told you about the time that I visited Razmaran?"
Out of character. What is Razmaran?
I mean, out of character, Razmaran is a Actually, no. Just if you want to make a culture check, I'll let you make that culture check.
I'll make a culture check.
Okay. What's your bonus?
0.
1d20. Okay, you know Razmaran. You know it quite well. Especially since it's so. Lastwall was on Lake Incarthen. Razmaran is also on Lake Incarthen. Razmaran is kind of the personal fiefdom of Razmir, who is known as the Living God. He is worshipped by his by all who live in Razmaran. Yeah, he's pretty well known. His subjects sure believe him to be a god. It's a rather unpleasant place. You probably would not like to visit Razmaran, or certainly the capital, which is Thronestep. So Bort starts going into this story where he visited Razmaran, just to deliver some goods. And he was arrested by the clergy of Razmaran, of the clergy of Razmir, and he was forced to pay donations to the church of Razmir, and he says, I truly don't know how many times they said, "All hail the living God! All hail the living God!" That.
They do
All
like to go
hail the
on.
living God! This. It was. but I just a clever. And then he starts clutching his throat, and he kind of he falls on the ground clutching his throat.
Oh god.
Thugrin rushes in. No, cuz.
It must have been the turnips.
It seems like you might have been
Aviana's probably gonna stand up.
poisoned.
I'm going to
Very
quickly
suspicious.
get out my healer's tools.
And what are you going to attempt to do with your healer's tools?
I'm going to attempt to treat poison.
Okay. How long does treat poison take? Is it 10 minutes?
Ooh, fuck. Oh, balls. Treat poison. No, treat poison is an action. Treat
Okay.
disease is 8 hours. Treat poison
So-
is manipulate. You have to have healer's tools. I make a medicine check against the poison DC.
Okay.
Assuming there is
So-
one. I'm making a lot of assumptions
yeah.
here.
So you can roll against the make a medicine check.
Theoretical. Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, his
15?
character is fairly conspiracy or
Also, he's
conspiracy
my
theorist.
dwarven cousin. So,
So-
I'm like,
Yeah,
ugh.
so you reach down and you take a closer look at him
Yeah, the
in an
poultices.
attempt to treat his wounds, or not his wounds, to treat this choking. And you can you can see that he's starting to turn purple.
Stroking.
The coughing stops. He turns purple, and his mouth begins to froth. Then his eyes roll back in his head, and you can hear a rumble sort of in his bowels, and he just stops moving.
No, don't die on me, cuz. I'm gonna try to administer first aid. Like, stop, don't die on me.
Well, I am not gonna drink that drink. That
Is he dead?
Make a medicine check to see if he's deceased. A 9. I mean, he looks dead.
What was
16
he?
still looks dead.
Oh.
No.
He was eating the porridge, the turnip porridge. The dessert.
I am gonna stop eating the turnip
So
porridge.
He was
Were we eating the turnip porridge?
You were eating the turnip porridge, yeah. So, yeah, he was eating and he was telling the story, and sort of, partway through the story, he started to choke.
Does his porridge look the same as my porridge? I don't know
Make
what
a
kind of check
perception
that
check
would be.
for me.
I mean, usually
It would be a perception check. 25. I mean, it appears to be the same. It's porridge. So are you gonna like pick up his porridge and look at it? Like, are you examining the bowl? Or are you just like, does this contain the same things?
I'm not gonna taste it.
Okay.
I'm gonna examine it, like kind of like take the spoon, look at it, see if it looks the same. Also, like see if the bowl is the same.
So the bowl is different. The bowl is a larger bowl than everybody else's, and it is decorated. And you smell it as part of this, and it smells different than yours. There's kind of a floral aroma that is not like, yeah, it's not the same as the spices that are in yours.
So none of my healer's kit tools, none of that seems to be affecting him at all when I try.
No, I mean you attempted to administer anti-poison, and he was already choking. Like there was no breath coming out.
What I would like to do is point to Arter and Lyra, say, "You two, grab him, bring him back to the kitchen," and start making my way toward the kitchen.
all right.
And at this point, so Conral comes over and he says, "What's
There's
wrong?"
maybe only one chance left. He's dying quick. I need to get to the kitchen.
I think he's gone, Jim.
So the door
I going for the defibrillator.
the door opens, and you bonk into Delma, who is on her way out with a mug of ale.
Move.
Oh.
Step aside.
Hello.
One of our numbers been poisoned. There's only one
Definitely.
chance left I have to get it out of him.
Poisoned?
Hey, move, woman, move.
She steps back.
All right, and I gesture for Arter and Lyra to bring Board in here.
Okay.
Okay.
Hurry.
Rolf is going to start making his way over.
When I get to the kitchen, is there a cooking fire currently?
Yes, yes, there
going?
is.
Okay. Then what I would like to do, and I assume there's some kind of cook there, this woman, whoever
Yeah.
this person is.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
She's like clearly wondering what you're doing.
I'd shove her out of the way and
Okay.
go for the cooking fire. And I'm going to take out my clan dagger and heat it in the cooking fire for a minute while they drag Board in.
Okay.
I don't know what you're planning, but I don't think it's going to work.
It's going
Delma
to
says-
work.
Delma says, "What's going on? Who's poison?"
Bring him in
Or-
here, set him down.
Port's been poisoned. Or something. I don't know.
Am I the only person who can control his token?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
What are
I
you
will.
doing? Go back and grab him.
I tried,
Putting
but
him
it
in.
didn't work.
Put him down here.
Boop.
Alright.
Who's gonna drag him?
Or I told
Lyra
her-
and I were
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'd like to do is once I've gotten my clan dagger nice and hot.
Well, he just, there's an X on him, so.
Well, what I want to do is take it and hold it aloft and put my hand on his forehead and say, "You're going to be all right, cuz." And I would like to cut open his stomach
Oh
with
my.
the hot
I would
dagger.
like to stop him.
Okay. Make Arter make an athletics check against. This should probably be against Fort DC. What's your Fort
Yeah,
DC?
then
Bryn?
it's 15.
Okay. So you, Arter, you push him back.
What are you doing? We have to get it out of him. Whatever's in there's in his stomach now.
You
He's
can't.
gone. Bugret. And you're not going to solve poison that way.
I heard a rumble. I heard a dark, deep, and evil sound coming from his stomach. We have to get it out of him.
Can't be serious.
I'm
What
dead
are you doing?
serious. I'm cutting it out of him. If he's just a body now, if he's just parts and meat, then what's the harm? We have to see what we're dealing with here. Someone's trying to kill us.
Telma's gonna walk up and say, "If this man has been poisoned, we need. Where is my cousin?" And she's going to go out here. She's gonna leave. Attempt to get and start talking to Rolf.
Well, first,
So
he's not just a
while
bag of
all that is happening, I am actually gonna talk to Colonel
Okay.
and tell him about the poisoned porridge that I found.
Okay.
Try to bring him over to the other table and show him the bowl that was obviously marked differently than the other bowls, which has a
Yes.
strange floral aroma to it.
Yes.
So
He
clearly,
says-
somebody meant to poison board.
Col. Sorry, that's me.
Oh God!
Everybody.
I'm gonna try to
Took it seriously.
I have, like,
Everyone
one
died.
more
NPCs
already?
immediately choke and die. Colonel says, "Look, I don't know what you're implying.
Murder! Murder!
Duh.
Where's
Murder most
Poirot?
foul.
Get Poirot in here.
He says, I'm sorry your friend died. I don't know anything about it." It's gonna
Well,
step
I
over here.
Trust
am
him.
trying to get you to investigate. I thought you were a law person.
Oh, you're talking to Rolf, not Colnrol.
I'm
Colnrol is the server. This is
Oh.
Colnrol. This is Rolf. Yeah.
I it was because of how they were standing. I thought.
Let
his name was
me
Conroll.
give you the
Oh,
names
okay.
here.
There we go. I'm talking to Rolf.
Okay, so you're talking to Rolf. Okay, that's different.
I did actually go to the right person.
Yeah. So this is Delma has not gotten here yet. Rolf says he was poisoned. By who? Who would poison him?
I don't know. I mean, it seems possible he had a lot of enemies, but nobody really seemed to hate him.
Are you sure that he didn't just die? People die sometimes.
It did not look like a natural death. I have seen people die before, and this was something different. Usually, that when they die, they have like their head split open, and there's blood
And
coming
he-
out.
I prefer
He just sort of
that.
like
I prefer
puts
that.
he like starts to massage his temples, and he says, "He died of poison." Okay, died of poison. Well, he looks around. He says, "Colnrol, Flonk." Flonk is just kind of sitting there. He seems to have done nothing in particular since. Looks around, sees Elam, and then each of you. Okay. And he's gonna. The body's in the kitchen then.
Yeah. The other dwarf Rugrin, he dragged the body into the kitchen for some reason. I'm not good at medicine. I don't know what he was planning on doing.
I should take a look.
I would've
Delma,
liked that.
Delma, tell the staff
I'm gonna-
to go home. I'll talk to them later.
But they might have been the ones who did it.
Yeah.
So
Thugrin.
Worst
Delma-
investigation ever.
Delma's gonna go over here and she says, Colnral, it's been quite an evening. Just take tomorrow off. I'll see you in a few days. Take care of yourself. He's gonna start to leave.
Once Arter kind of shoves me off and stops me, I'm going to take a look at the cook who's in here and start to squint at her and say, You're the one who made the porridge, the tainted porridge. Why did you want this fine dwarf dead? Answer us now.
She says, to find. Let me see.
Holding up my clan dagger still.
She says, "Oh, well, I never. My
Like
well,
this story.
it must have been poisoned, because my meals are. It couldn't have been food poisoning. Someone must have poisoned him, and it wasn't me.
Likely
Oh.
story.
Everything that went into this meal was standard, my finest."
Thugrin, take a moment to think before you point that at whoever.
Does Lena have the bowl? Is she in here?
If she wants to be. So Delma comes in as well.
The bowl, it was
Uh,
special made. So,
Delma says, "Amora, you should leave. Just go home." She said, and Amora says, and I will give you her, now that you know her name.
That's Amora.
Oh my god. Yikes.
It's true, it is. You got it, Grim.
Thank you. Don't like Amora.
So Amora says, it must be foul play. Simple food poisoning doesn't work this fast, and it's not deadly. Someone must have poisoned his meal or his drink or his chair or something. Could not have possibly been my food. And she's gonna kind of stalk out if no one is going to stop her.
I am going to stop her.
Okay. So are you gonna? And she's actually. We'll say you're here. She's gonna. So Aviana, you're not gonna stop her. But she's gonna try and push past you into the door, through the door.
I'm gonna ask. Well, she's gonna ask like who touches the food between her preparing it and getting out to the table.
The servers. Where's that lad? We can find him and question him.
She says, "Well, I prepare. It's been a busy evening, but I prepared the food, and Finnick plated it, and Trin delivered it as usual. Everything normal. Everything. Occasionally, Colnroll delivered food. It's been a very busy evening." And she's gonna. So Lena, you're gonna attempt to stop her.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that without necessarily having to make a check. She says, Who are you?"
Lena, I guess. I don't know.
Um,
But we still have some more questions for you.
well, I
And-
don't know who. I don't know who.
Somebody
I don't
died
know
after
who you
eating your
are, but my
food.
employer told me to leave, and the sheriff has told me to leave, so I am going home. She's gonna try and go this way.
Okay, well, don't leave town or whatever.
Y'all are.
Don't leave town or whatever.
I
But
assure
if the
you, I
sheriff
will not.
doesn't care that people are dying, why should
Is
be
it
my
possible
problem?
that anyone could have switched out things during the bar fight? No one was paying attention.
It was a
So-
perfect distraction.
Rolf, Delma is just sort of wringing her hands. Rolf says, I think I need to talk to each of you. Where's the rest of the caravan? That's Delma. Where's the rest of the caravan?
They're
Ulf
back,
and
as
Ulf
far
are
as I
still
know.
here. We don't know where anyone else went.
Well, I think I'm going to need to talk to each one of you individually. And so he is going to send Delma to round up the other members of the caravan. And then he begins individually talking to each person in the caravan. He spends, I mean, unless you're going to attempt to, like, stop him. Is anybody going to attempt to stop him?
No, I want to stay near the body of Board if I can.
Yeah, you can do that.
Watch over it.
So
Watch out
after
for any
Delma,
alien babies.
so Delma goes in and finds the rest of the caravan, who had mostly started to gather, and then she takes the body. She comes back and says, "I think we should take the body down into the cellar. It's the best place to, well, store it until we can arrange for what is to be done
We
with
should
it."
put it in the evidence locker.
About
Look at this
that.
town. Do you think they have an evidence locker?
Also,
She
put
turns
bodies
around
in
and says,
evidence lockers.
No, we don't. I don't think Rolf has ever seen a murder, to be honest.
Until today or tonight.
If I don't think there's been a crime reported in this town in 10 years.
So, what I would like to do before they take the body down to the basement is kind of put my hands over the top of his head and say, I'm going to say a bit of a dwarven blessing. And mutter some words under my breath, but what I really want to do is cast Sigil and
Okay.
place my mark invisibly on the top of his head. So I
Okay.
know that that's
Make
the
a
real
make a
body.
deception check.
Sure. 18.
Okay. She doesn't seem to react in particular to you doing this.
Yes, I'm doing sigil. I'm making it invisible, putting it on the top of his head so that later I can see if it's the real board.
And it fades within
A week.
what's the length?
It
One
fades
week.
naturally
Yeah,
over the
a
course of a week, or it can be scrubbed off with 5 minutes. But I made it invisible when I put it on. So
Okay.
And then
So you do
take
that.
the body and then go out.
And then are you gonna help her carry his body to the cellar? He says, I would appreciate some help with this.
I'll help.
He's stronger.
Okay. So the two of you carry him sort of
claw.
down here through this. I guess you have to go. Oh well, there's a door there. Pretend there's a door right here because there's got to be a door right there.
Sure.
As described in the book. So you sort of carry him, and then you just you make your way around. So down here.
You keep moving it, and you keep.
I will move you here. So you,
All right.
and then down this way through here, and then this is the stairs to the cellar.
Got it.
And then you can move yourself as you like again. So after Rolf seems to have satisfied himself with talking to the rest of the caravan, he comes back to each of you, and he's going to talk to each of you individually and question you about what you were doing, how you know him, how closely you know him. I want each of you to tell me just sort of generally the gist of what your responses to him are. So first, so there's no Oakenclaw. So Thugrin, what is it? How do you respond?
I want to hear him interview Oakenclaw.
He's just a bear.
And also,
Leave him out
he's
of
like
this.
quickly, just FYI.
Ouch.
Well, Thugrin takes a long time, and mostly spouts conspiracies of this being either a curse from the town or kind of like posits different suggestions of what he thinks it is. Says that Bort was a cousin, because all dwarves are cousins. But other than that, he didn't believe any of his tall tales and his exaggerations, and doesn't know who would want to harm him, and thinks that this town is cursed and Plaguestone is a nightmarish place.
Okay. Aviana.
She's just gonna say that she really has no opinion of Bort. I mean, as far as she's concerned, he is her ride from one city to another city, and she was hoping that it would go smoothly and that she could part ways and go her own way. But apparently, that doesn't seem to be the case.
Apparently not. Okay. Aviana, as he's talking to you, you feel like he's asking you like he's really prying, like he's trying to get at something. Like you know, why is this taking so long? This is really obvious what, you're not involved in this. He just starts to seem to keep digging. Lena.
Well, I know Bort because he's in charge of the caravan, and he offered me a good rate for this travel in exchange for some protection. Although, really, I think he just wanted somebody to talk to and somebody to listen to his tall tales. I don't think he really needed the protection at all.
So
Apparently,
you,
not the case.
as you're talking to him, Lena, you can tell that he is like he's sweating a lot. Who did we lose? Briefly, he's sweating a lot. His responses to you kind of maybe don't make a lot of sense, as in like he just kind of makes some logical leaps occasionally, and he's like, he seems to barely maybe have things under control.
So, just like he's hiding something, or like he's realized that he's in over his head?
Yeah, it's the second one.
Okay.
Like, in over his head, him. Like, yeah. Ruckus.
Oh, Ruckus is so distraught. He'll say Bort was a mighty hero, and there are so many great stories that are now lost with him. I only have so few now to regale for his great heroic acts. Surely he was brought down by one of his many foes, perhaps a god that he has offended, or an evil sorcerer in a faraway land. We'll never know.
Okay, so you tell him all of that, and he, you can tell actually, Ruckus, he completely believes you. Maybe might be taking it too far. He probably doesn't think that Bort offended a god. But you can tell by like he's asking you questions because he's got, like he's just. It's like he hopes something is gonna just like fall out of the sky. He's asking you questions because he has to ask you questions, but he doesn't think you did this. Like he just. Maybe the killer will just like fall through the roof and confess. Like you're getting sort of that vibe. Arter.
Have I had 10 minutes to myself between
Yes,
the bar fight and
absolutely.
now? Okay.
Yes, you have probably had 2 hours.
All right. Good.
You can lay on hands anyone you would like to.
I could do that, but I'm not going to do that.
Ah. Aha.
Instead, I
yes.
cast Word of Truth.
Excellent, you do.
Whoa.
What do you say
I
with
say,
the best spell in the game?
I say to Rolf, no one at this table had anything to do with tonight's murder. At that
He just-
table. I mean,
He looks at you. He looks at the symbol of Iomade, and he just very well.
Wow.
You can go.
Fucking paladin, man. Champion.
Yeah,
Cool.
paladins, man.
we got
Lyra.
through the bullshit.
I pretty much just tell him I don't really know much about Bort. I joined this caravan to get from one place to the other. You know, he seemed like a nice enough guy with stories. He's a little too chatty for my, taste, but not a reason to kill a person. And yeah, I've just pretty much been drinking and fighting all night. That's about it.
Says, okay, well, you're the last person I had to speak to. Do me a favor and round up the rest of your caravan, please.
Alright. I get everyone together.
Alrighty. So everyone comes together. And Rolf says, I have no idea who killed this man. It could have been any of you. But I have no real suspect, so I am forced to turn this investigation over to the traveling circuit judge. Lord Cranberry will be back in town. I believe he is expected next.
Lord Cranberry?
Lord
Is it
Cranberry.
Thanksgiving?
Oh yes, Lord.
That sounds
Lord-
made up.
Lord. Wait until you hear his first name. Lord Mubbage Cranberry. He's
No.
Are they a gnome?
Hang on. No.
Spell.
No.
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Yeah, put that word of truth on that asshole. You are lying. That is not a name.
Delma nods and says,
Not solemnly.
Lord.
Yes, Lord Cranberry.
Lord Cranberry comes every 7 months or so to deal with any issues that come up, and it really is rare, but he's quite a wise man. It is Lord Mubbage Cranberry.
When is he due?
I mean, some people find him a little sour, but he can be sweet at times. And really, he's better when he's fresh, but a lot of people prefer him.
Oh
when he's
no!
canned.
A
Stop,
gelatinous
please.
cube.
He's due about the first or second week of Erastus.
And what
What day is it?
Today is the 29th day of Desnus. So that is a little over a month.
Well, how convenient that someone decided to just murder someone only a month before, this happened, No murders
Said-
all
We've
year.
got to find the killer. I'm not gonna
He
trust
says-
this Lord Cranberry, not for one moment.
Rolf says he's a very wise man. I'm sure he can get to the bottom of this. And yes, he is a gnome. He will solve this, I'm sure. Now, I hope you know, no one in this caravan can leave town. We just have to wait for Lord Cranberry. And he says, Delma. He just sort of nods to her and he turns to go.
What if we solved it?
He just sort of waves his hand. As you like, you can present if you just don't leave town.
I have a
Well, that certainly puts a damper on anything we were going to do.
The night started off so well, too.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
we
out
had
of
that
it.
bar fight. That was great. But then someone
And-
died.
What, are we here for a month? 2 months now? Surely not. What if Lord Cranberry doesn't ever show up?
As far as I'm concerned, there's a killer at large. And I think that we have a duty to bring them to justice long before
We owe
Lord
it to Bort.
Cranberry arrived.
Is this really any of our business?
I mean, he was kind of our friend.
For wait, out of character, how long were we traveling with them?
3 days.
But
I'm
look,
just
if
gonna look
this is
skeptically
the-
at
any of
Luna.
you died, I would
Third
feel
or fourth
bad.
day that you have known him.
Well, the sooner that we get this solved, the sooner I can get back to my things that I need to do.
Wink,
We
wink.
we must find this murderer and avenge him. Poetic justice demands it.
At this point, Tamley arrives and she says, "We're gonna have a ceremony or a we're all gonna get together. Will you join us? Just out at the caravan. Will you join us, please?"
I would like to say a few words as we bury my cousin.
I thought we weren't burying him yet.
I'll regale everyone
It's
with
just
his
a
many
ceremony.
tales of bravery.
Delma is hanging out and says, I think we should probably wait to bury him until at least the mystery has been solved.
Perhaps we'll find a way to bring him back. Stranger things have happened.
Yes, maybe he'll give another goddess a comb.
Tamley says, So she leads you out to the caravan. You meet up with everybody else. With Cookie, with Ulf and Ulf. Tamley is there. And Glenda. There is wine. There is expensive wine, Keonan wine that Cookie brings out. He talks a decent amount. He tells tales of how he met Bort. He was traveling on his own, and they just they were going the same direction. And Bort hired him because he loved his food. Ulf and Ulf tell their own stories about him. They've actually known Bort since they were young. Bort used to pass through their hometown up in the north. just occasionally every couple of years, but they remember him from when they were, 6, telling them stories around a fire. Glenda doesn't speak a lot, but she's there, which is kind of different for her. And Tamley is quiet the whole time. She drinks. Everybody that knew him, say for Tamley, really, or they cry. Stories told through teary eyes. And it's solemn. It goes all night. And if all of the rest of you are willing to stay up, they ask you to. Is anybody going to go to bed despite this occasion?
No, I stay up.
Aviana? Thugrin, what is your lore? What is your dwarven lore? Check.
Plus 5.
Okay.
Never forget. I
So-
have dubious knowledge.
Yeah, you roll well with this. It's also a really low DC. Well, I don't know. You're not from the mountains, so through these stories, you are able to put together a little bit of the information about Bort. From what the various folks in his caravan know, you know that he's from the Five Kings Mountains, and Thugrin, with your knowledge of dwarven customs, forest dwarf though you are, you know that normally a dwarf would be buried under the mountain where he was born. But if a dwarf dies far from home or is otherwise unable to be buried, preferably he should be buried in a cave. And if that's not possible, at least under a cairn of rocks. A dwarf from the Five Kings Mountains, where many dwarves are from, should be returned to the stone, not just to the dirt. That's his people's tradition, at least. And you do learn that he kept some dwarven traditions. He went home every now and then. He maybe came here actually more often than he went home. But he didn't seem to be in exile or anything along those lines. At the end of the night, just as the sun begins to rise, Tamley finally stands up and says to everybody, Bort was more than just a merchant, more than just the boss. He was my friend. We won't leave here until we found out who did this. Rolth's a fool, but I'd be an even greater fool if I thought I could get to the bottom of this. Fixing wagons and moving goods, that's my job. But you, and she points at the 6 of you and I guess the bear, you might be able to figure out who killed Bort and get some justice for him. She holds back tears, as she says, for all of us. Will you help uncover who did this?
I and Oakenclaw lend our aid to our fallen cousin. Isn't that right, Oakenclaw? Well, I guess I'm alone in this. No one's going to help me. The rest of you can fuck off. I'm gonna help this dwarf.
No, I'm thinking of something cool to say. Shut up.
We don't have any other
Shut up,
choice.
shut up.
Pause! Press spacebar
Yeah,
to think
I
for a
get-
second.
For space, pause, pause,
I mean,
pause.
I've never been much for thinking about stuff, but I'll do my best. And I don't know why I'm speaking this Scottish accent. I don't know what happened.
It's infectious.
All these damn dwarves. Ugh.
Yeah, I'll help.
I vow to help in this endeavor.
I mean, certainly we have a better chance of figuring it out than Rolf, that's for sure.
He does not inspire confidence, does he?
Oh.
He really doesn't.
I mean, the first thing he did was tell the suspects to go home. It's not how you do an investigation. Anyways,
says-
we know the cook did it, right? Let's just arrest her, then we can go home.
She says, "Well, be thorough. We want to make sure you don't have any." And she maybe looks at Thugrid for half a second. "We don't have any hasty accusations. We're here for a month. You have a month. You can take your time and make sure you do it right." And that's what we're going to start doing next week.
Awesome.
Vengeance from our fallen cuz.
Not vengeance. Justice.
All right, Batman. Jesus.
Vengeance
true
is some
paladin.
other thing.
Like
yeah,
a true paladin.
okay.
It's funny that Aviana said, you know, what's it our business if he died without any justice? Actually, justice is my business.
Yeah, you're talking to a freaking champion here.
It literally is.
Amadeus kind of big on that a little bit.
Well, since we're best friends with him.
Well, cool. I'm excited to Poirot this murder most foul.
I mean, it's going to be less Poirot and more Clouseau, right?
Oh. Wah, wah. Well, before we get
Alright,
to
goes.
the copyright thing, we'll find out. We'll get to the bottom
I
of
can't
this
sing.
murder next time on Really Playing Games: The Fall of Plaguestone.